such as you have, like,
as you possibly can.
That sucks.
There are elements of the brain you might be able to define as more masculine or more feminine, like whether it's a parietal lobe being more developed in males more often than not, or you know, the hippocampus in women. It's that is if you're going to accept the idea of gender being a spectrum. But equating just the brain with that is such a farcical thing. Like,
no, you don't equate just the brain with that.
5'7",
You don't.
and must weigh about 60 kilos because there is no testosterone in your veins. You are the weakest person in ideology and spirit.
Buddy, I love that that's the fucking argument because you have no idea what I look like.
No, you
don't even have an
argument. You're like, oh, if you look at the brain, the fucking brain scans, dude.
Yeah, if you're gonna argue that
That
says
is
a fucking someone
associated
in...
evidence with people who have profound mental illnesses, which would also influence their brain scan as well, as would the medications they're on.
Imagine having a brain.
Think about methodology for a second.
No, of course you fucking think about methodology, and this isn't the whole background of my argument. Like, I know there are exceptions to this, but at the end of the day, I'm not even gonna fucking explain it to you, bro. You haven't been listening.
I've been listening. You
haven't said
it just doesn't really make it. Obviously, my argument is that men are women if they want to be. It's the argument.
I need to stream this to you guys.
Stream what? What, you on TF2? What are you doing?
Yeah, why aren't you just playing this game, man?
Too busy. These guys are arguing about trans people.
Frame the argument in a way that makes it only possible for me to win.
Like, oh,
Yeah, because that's not what you've been doing this whole time.
Have I?
No.
Your whole argument is fucking pulling out random shit and then insulting a person.
Black screen for me, bro. Are you live?
Is it working?
It's just black screen for me. There's nothing there.
TF2 go.
I'll just share my entire screen.
Loading.
Were you on the debate team or something?
Nah, but I actually believe in being a decent human being and trying to follow the research for what makes the best outcomes for people. Yeah, it's kind of your level. I'll stick to your level.
Paper that said being a decent human being is evidence.
I'll level to your level then, you know? I'll just use the fucking emotional appeal then.
As a naked.
I actually believe in being a decent person too, would you believe?
You know, well then good on you. Then you should follow the research about what leads to the best outcomes for different people. Which is, for people who claim to be a different gender than they are, allowing them to transition instead of being a cunt.
The best outcomes are
So how does causing
people
go to suicide over their mutilated, fucked up bodies and any sort of, you know, solution here?
That's a fucking straw man and a half. How'd you get that one?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what you imply, isn't it? Is that not?
How is that what I'm implying?
Well, that's what transgender is, isn't it?
Mate, like, the rate of detransition is so low.
Yeah, because you can't detransition. That shit.
No, fuck off. You absolutely can. I'm talking about detransition, about people who can fucking attempt to detransition then using your language. Even the rate of that is very low. It's like fucking 1 or 2%.
No, you cannot detransition. The thing
You're the one changing your little...
Whatever, I'll just shadow play it.
What it means is people that don't want to be trans anymore.
And you cannot detransition. There is no such thing. If you decide to fuck your body up with the myriad of medications that they put people on, it's going.
Alright. I'm not even talking about the definition then. I'll talk about, okay, if you want to define the detransitioning. If you want to define detransitioning, if you want to define detransitioning as not wanting to be trans anymore, the rate of that is very low. Like, if any other procedure had that rate, it would be fucking insane.
I'm not discussing the fucking rate of it, dude. It would be low because over half of them have autism and it's their fixation. Of course they're going to fucking stick with it, mate. But the
that just makes no fucking sense.
It's an impossibility. You can't do it. The physiological changes that occur are permanent. If you blasted testosterone with an aromatase inhibitor on a man that decided in a confused mental state that he was in fact a girl, you could probably recoup some degree of masculinity, but the damage that does to endocrinology and just general body composition is not something that you can just fucking flick a switch and change.
Righto, that's not what I'm talking about, and you know, that's a fucking valid concern to have for the few people that, you know, might want to detransition. Like, I'm not claiming that that's not a thing that happens, but I'm claiming the rate of that is very, very low.
And why is this?
Do you know the autism spectrum disorder stats within that demographic?
So I have not heard what you said.
How many gear
The autism spectrum demography of the trans community is estimated, this is diagnosed
Really let me down,
by the way, so you can imagine it to be an underestimation, is 50% of people in that community have autism. Now, how much of the population has autism? It's about a couple of percent, so there's a bit of an overrepresentation there.
It's almost like having a brain fundamentally different in one way. It makes your brain more likely fundamentally different in other ways.
So fucking happy about it, man. They have such a great time having to be told proper communication and not understanding social etiquette and having difficulty making friends. They are doing so well.
So you're just saying autistic people should like not exist?
Their lives
you're just saying
are a confusing nightmare for them most of the time.
No. Right, so you're saying that we should make their life even worse by just like not letting them follow their gender
One of the
identity?
characteristics of autism is having extremely intense fixations on rather odd things, particularly males. Now, the overwhelming proportion of the trans community is fucking males.
Yeah.
So basically, they have their fixation, which is why whenever it gets challenged, it's not, oh, their identity is being denied. It's just like when you tell them they can't play all their train set, they have a full-on fucking meltdown because they are not right in the head.
Where the fuck are you hearing this, man? This is fucking like, where the fuck are you hearing this?
So that's the comeback. Where are you hearing this?
Yeah, like I will tell you very like happily where I'm getting my stats. Like you just say.
Oh, these guys.